And so, our last topic of the night, fellas, and this is definitely an interesting one going on in our community, is Mr. Paul freaking Pierce. Yes, yes, audience, we are talking about the Paul Pierce of the great trio with the Boston Celtics of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. We're talking about that Paul Pierce who decided that it was in his best interest to publicly display a certain party and event, which ultimately led to him being fired from his cozy position with ESPN. So the official question is Paul Pierce at fault, or did ESPN overact by firing him? And for those of you who haven't seen the video, to sum things up, Paul was getting his groove on with some strippers and some narcotics in the video. Okay, that's the gist of the matter.
Oh shit! Hold up, narcotics was in the video.
There were a few people passing around some blunts.
Oh shit!
Lord,
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Etc.
Damn,
yeah.
man.
It was some partying. It was some partying going on. Now, I don't recall that any article said that he himself was partaking in any of that.
Because they had to say alleged.
This is alleged based on articles and research that we've done. But according to one of the articles that I saw, there was strippers and there was other narcotic-related activity occurring.
Damn, Paul.
Yeah, now that again is alleged according to these articles, and it does not particularly say that Paul Pierce particularly partook in anything. So, but just giving a highlight of what the overall story is. So, as has been the theme of the night, we are going to throw this to Mr. PAT to wrap up this last topic. What say you, sir? Or to start us off on this topic.
To start. Yeah,
going through some things
we'll say E-Man's gonna wrap it up, but so I did not see the video, so I'll admit on my part there could be some ignorance there. There might be some holes here and there because I didn't see the video. I'm just going off of what has been out there in the matrix as far as the information and the articles that I have read to get myself up to speed on this incident. Now, to answer the question of, is Paul Pierce at fault, or did ESPN overreact by firing him? Let me say this. I will say I think ESPN overreacted. I'll say why. The thing is, yes, ESPN is under the Disney umbrella. And yes, Disney, as we all know, is known for children's entertainment. However, one would have to ask, is The Jump something that is for children? Is that a show that is for children? Would The Jump, which is the show that he was on, would The Jump fall into the category of children's entertainment? Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. So we have
that friend, by the way.
Yeah, just asking a black friend. Just asking a black friend. So we have 6 major corporations, right? Those corporations are GE, which means General Electric, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS. Since Paul Pierce being with ESPN means he was under Disney, let's just look at Disney. Let's focus more on Disney. Let's look at the companies that Disney owns. Those companies are ABC, We already mentioned ESPN, Touchstone Pictures, Marvel, Lucasfilm, A&E, the History Channel, Lifetime, Pixar, Hollywood Records, Vice Media, Core Publishing. There might be a few that I might be missing, but this is what I came across in my search. So those are the companies that are owned by Disney. So with all of this in mind, if Disney is so child friendly, does that extend to all of the companies under it? I mean, to my knowledge, each of these companies do their own thing. And when I say they do their own thing, some of these companies do have content that is more catered to adult audiences. So it makes me wonder if Disney is hiding behind its child-friendly image in order to fire Paul Pierce. I mean, Paul Pierce being a black man and being a black man in a room full of strippers most likely hurt the Disney image. We could say that much. Of course, Disney is thinking about their larger audience. The fact of the matter is, in this society, if a black man isn't associated with criminality, we're associated with misogyny, or both. It could be both criminality and misogyny. Black men, we are associated with those things. So Paul Pierce being on Instagram Live with a bunch of strippers was bad optics for the Disney brand. I mean, let's just forget ESPN and let's just look at Disney for a moment. The juxtaposition of a black man with a bunch of half-naked women and Disney's family-friendly image is something that the company knows would upset their larger white audience. For that reason, it doesn't surprise me that ESPN would fire Paul Pierce. Now, on the flip side, I can admit that it wasn't a smart move on Paul Pierce's part to go live with strippers.
Dry snitching on yourself.
And adding on, you know, the I'll just call it the substances that might have been in the video.
The dry snitching on yourself.
Yeah, definitely the dry snitching. But Paul Pierce being an employee of ESPN meant that he was the property of ESPN. He was there to represent their brand. By extension, he was representing Disney, the parent company. Whether it's Paul Pierce or any other black athlete or black celebrity working with these major companies, they become the property of these companies. And I hate to put it like that because I know how that sounds. And I'm sure people would hear that and get offended. But that's not my intention. I know what my intentions are. But the fact of the matter is that's what these black athletes and black celebrities become. They become property of these companies. Basically, they are owned by these companies. There are things that black athletes and black celebrities can't say. And there are things that black athletes and black celebrities can't do. Contrary to popular belief, they're not free to do as they please. And I mean, really, they can freely do as they please, but there are consequences with that. There are consequences that come with that. The thing is, once Paul Pierce got in bed with ESPN, he should have known better. He should have known better. He should have known how the optics of him as a black man going live with a bunch of strippers would look. A black man being with a bunch of women and being unregulated is already a scary thought for white America. Disney understands this. and felt the need to take action against Paul Pierce.
Woo!
I mean, we could say what Paul Pierce did goes against the family-friendly brand of Disney, but for real, this goes much deeper. The thing is, optics is everything. We know that adult entertainment is a big industry in society.
Biggest.
And yeah, it's
that's how you sell Doritos, alcohol, and all that stuff.
Yep. These are all big industries in society. And us grown-ups out here in the real world, we engage with adult entertainment in some way or another. But the optics of this Paul Pierce incident is the major factor here. The fact of the matter is, Paul Pierce is a grown-ass man, and he was expressing himself as such, and he was in a room with other adults. However, depending on how someone could look at this, we could say that Paul Pierce was at fault and that ESPN overreacted by firing him. That's my take on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know, I'm going to have to agree with you on both sides, because when you look at the facts, right, of the situation, they're this. Yes, Paul Pierce, and I found the article which alleges that what the article specifically says, and I just want to clarify this because I did mention the narcotics, is that Paul Pierce came under fire last week as he chose to take to Instagram Live to stream controversial footage. Pierce elected to broadcast a video of himself playing poker in a room that included half-naked strippers. The stream featured him possibly smoking weed and taking alcohol shots with the women while they were dancing in an NSFW manner. So I just wanted to clarify that, you know, since I didn't mention that. So here are my thoughts on this matter. As Pat said, a little bit of both occurred here. Now, did you learn about being careful about what could possibly make it into the media?
He don't care.
So I know it's not the exact same situation because Kevin sent private text, not thinking it would make it to the media. The point is he wasn't careful. In this particular situation, Paul Pierce does this shit himself. Why does the world need to see you partying with strippers, bruh? It's unnecessary. Now, first of all, let me take the time to state this. If this occurred in California, last time I checked, marijuana is legal in California. So I'm not saying that he did or didn't do it. I wasn't there. I'm not speaking to that at all. But if that is allegedly a part of the problem, that doesn't make any sense because it's legal in California, just from a legal standpoint. However, the point is, Paul, why? What was even the purpose of doing that? What were you trying to accomplish? Were you trying to stay relevant, or did you feel like you were just in it, like it was one of those moments where you were so high, you were so twisted, you couldn't help it? I don't know. But let me say this. Celebrities got to do better with the exposing themselves shit, right? You got to stop snitching on yourselves. It makes no sense. At the end of the day, Paul Pierce is a celebrity. He works for a major corporation. He should have known better. It's that simple. You know what your organization stands for. You should have known better. It would be different if you was doing some shit where you was like, fuck the institution about something that actually matters, about something that you were passionate about. If you were protesting or if you were doing something where this was actually your intent, you did not intend to get fired, bro. You just weren't thinking about what you were doing in that moment. And more celebrities have to do better with this shit. Stop dry snitching stuff. Every single moment of your life doesn't need to be shown to the masses.
Yeah, it's that social media era that we're in. Everybody feels
right.
free to share everything.
Everything.
I don't know why they share everything.
I mean, like, I get that it has always been a part of the Hollywood norm that, any press is good press, even if it's bad press, and so I guess, like, because of that norm, they're just used to, always putting themselves in the media. But bro, when you don't think about the consequences of your actions, you have to face the adverse results, which is you've been fucking fired. And, so now with that being said, right, basically, come on, Mr. Pierce, let's do better. Right. And let me be clear, I'm a fan of Paul Pierce. I absolutely freaking the whole entire Boston Celtics roster, when it was that trio with Ray Allen and Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, and they had Rajon Rondo going off, that entire
and Kendrick Perkins
era.
too. Don't forget the center. Don't forget.
Yeah. Yes, that whole era was lit. I'm a huge Paul Pierce fan. I'm just saying, bro, come on, bro.
He got Big Baby coming off the bench too, though. Don't forget about him.
Right.
He was a rookie that year too.
Right, exactly. Now, the other side of it, ESPN rushing to fire him. As PAT said, that was a whole grown ass man on his time off, not necessarily representing ESPN, right? He didn't hashtag ESPN commentator or no shit like that, right? That was a whole grown ass man partaking in legal activities in his state. Now, I understand that you're a major corporation owned by Disney or whomever, okay, but every one of those activities were freaking legal. And I wonder if it wasn't Paul Pierce who was doing this. Let's say it was Max Kellerman. Would Max have faced the same fate? Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll never know.
That is very, very interesting.
It's a good question.
Very interesting. Good
I
question.
guess we'll never know, right?
Who knows?
Because
Who knows?
the reality of it is there's a difference. Max Kellerman is not going to dry snitch on himself. In fact, this wasn't dry snitching. This was deep diving ocean wet snitching. Okay, on his fucking self.
Yeah, this ain't dry snitching. Now that I think about it, he snitched on him.
There was some dry snitching in there, but he did go. Yeah, he went down in the deep.
Yeah, come on,
told on himself. I mean,
Yeah, come on, son. Y'all remember what was that dude name that used to have this segment? He really started off like Black people on YouTube and etc. The Come On Son segments. Y'all remember those?
Oh, yeah, that was Ed Lover.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Come on,
that was
son.
Come on. He definitely could have. That was before Donkey of the Day, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, he definitely would have got a come on, son.
And he made that face too after.
Yes, that's exactly what I was envisioning. But,
come on, son.
Yeah, come on, son. But nah, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I love Mr. Pierce, but you got to do better, sir. You can't be out here just exposing yourself. You already got to face enough as a Black man or in the world, in this country. You got enough to face. Don't do things to put yourself in the position exactly opposite of what you're trying to do, just for not thinking things through. And ESPN, of course, y'all been rushed to make that decision, but we'll assume it was because you were worried about your image. That's what we'll go with. And so we're going to throw that to E-Man to wrap it up. What say you, sir?
Ooh, so this is the first time I get to wrap something up, so I'm definitely going to dope out on this one. I'm sorry, but I'm definitely dope out on this one. So, so my first PSA announcement, we all stated he did some deep dive snitching on himself. But the first thing I gotta say, this dry snitching need to stop. Like, it's not even cool anymore. I feel like most of these celebrities think they're back in high school, you know what? And the whole dry snitching just needs to stop. It just needs to stop. Like, it just needs to fucking stop. Like, y'all need to stop acting like y'all back in high school. Y'all like 16, 17 and like, ooh, this and that and whatnot. You know. Also, the whole deep dive snitching stuff too. Y'all need to get y'all need to get your lives together, like for real, and whatnot. Now, Paul Pierce. All right. So, Paul, I'm gonna talk to you like the homies. You know, I ain't gonna talk to you, you know, like I ain't got no damn sense in my mind. I'm gonna talk to you like the homies. So, you know, you grown, man. I get that. We all know you grown. But damn, man, the first thing you should have done was like, you know, say oops first and didn't know it was like, you know, that you were on live. Then I could be like, you know what, man, I got your back and I might kind of help you out. But on this one, I'm coming for you, man. You know, I'm coming for you. Oh yeah, E-Man coming for you. Fool, I get it that you want to eat your cake too and have fun. I get it that you wanted cheeks in front of your face. You want to have fun. That's cool. That's great. You can do whatever you want, Paul. Had to go put it on IG. You really hit the live button and whatnot. You could have just fucked up and just say, damn, I just fucked up. It's live. And everybody would have been like, okay, it allegedly happened. But no, man, you just went out there and just be like, ooh, cheeks, face. Yeah, let's party. And then I'm finding out you smoke weed too. I'm like, okay, it's California. I'm like, all right, cool. But see, don't be doing wild shit like that just to be doing wild shit, man. You better than this, man. Like, come on, man. This is the homie talking to you, you know? Like, come on, man. How you fucking up on shit and everything like this? You can't be fucking up on good shit and everything. But nah, probably because you probably got money. Nah, you probably well off. Everything cool. Fool, you fucked up your own self and all that stuff like that. Just keep this shit off IG. That's all we trying to say, man. I don't care what you do. You grown. I don't give a fuck. But come on, man. Be respectful and anything like that. And also be respectful to those women. I get it, they're strippers, but damn, you had to go put it online. You could have just been like every other celebrity doing the whole, oh, my naked pictures ended up on the internet. Maybe it was a hacked on like on my iPhone or something. You know, you could have gave us something like that. But Paul, you didn't. Like, you told on yourself, man. Like, come on, man. Come on.
My naked pictures. It's the O in front of saying my naked pictures for me.
I'm trying to help you out, Paul. But nah, you couldn't help but yourself. So this one, it's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up and you need to fuck up. I don't even know how you can fix this and whatnot. Like, you just fucked up, man. That's the first thing. Also, the whole thing with the firing ESPN, they were just trying to prove a point and everything like that. That's all it was. You know, they can sit here and talk all that shit. Cause we all know y'all be throwing out wild parties and whatnot. Y'all all celebrities. We know y'all be throwing parties and whatnot. Bernie Madoff threw like sex parties and whatnot. And that nigga was like almost like 70-something years old. He died like last week. But that nigga threw parties and whatnot. And you know, he got caught with fraud. But y'all niggas be throwing parties and whatnot. Y'all be acting like y'all don't and whatnot. But y'all ain't had to go fire him for that and everything. You could have just told everybody we put the nigga on like, you know, paid leave and everything, and then we like investigate something. They didn't have to be in the investigation. Y'all could have made a story out of this. Y'all could have just made this thing wrap around maybe 1 or 2 weeks and whatnot. Nah, y'all just wanted to be like, nigga, we're firing you because you wanted 2 cheeks in your face and whatnot while you were on Instagram Live and smoking weed and everything, and you just want to have a ball. I'm like, you can't be punishing people for being adults, yet y'all do the same thing. Like, come on, man. And if anybody on the ESPN exec team will lie to me, trust me, we will. There's information on everybody out there. Trust me, and it's easy to be found. So y'all can sit here and be like this, that, and the third. Like, oh, cool, this, that, and the third. But I niggas didn't really need to fire him and everything. Y'all could have just proved. Y'all could have just be like, you know what, Paul? We'll give you like a probation, 14 days. You're still gonna get paid, but you're not gonna be in the air.
Well, it goes, as not to cut you off, but real quick, it goes into what I was saying earlier about it was a response. Them firing Paul Pierce, it was like the quick response, basically to let their audience know, their larger audience know that, oh, hold up, we're gonna take care of this ASAP. We're gonna take care of it right now. Don't you worry, we got it. Because they're thinking about their audience. They're thinking about the general public. They're thinking about the people who look at Disney in a certain way, and or child friendly or whatever, family friendly, they're looking out for that audience, so
I don't even know why, because Disney should be under fire for all that BS bullshit thing. Disney is $1 billion industry, and not to cut you off. So Disney is $1 billion industry. I've read some things about how sick some of those things been going down in Disney, how sick Disney is and what. That shit is $1 billion industry, and they be lying about BS and whatnot. You know what? Lying about BS and whatnot. Y'all just mad because a man, I can't even say accidentally, my man went on IG and wanted cheeks in his face and whatnot. Y'all be wanting the same thing too, but y'all don't dry snitch on y'all and everything. And y'all be still doing, and I think y'all do more nasty shit than what Paul did, which is comically like normal. And that's a normal sickness that everybody does every day and whatnot. If not, there wouldn't be strip clubs out here. If not, there wouldn't be porn on the internet. If not, they wouldn't be having all this adult entertainment out there. It wouldn't be out there. It's out there. Billions of people pay for it. If not, it wouldn't be in a $1 billion industry, But to fire a man for something that comically I feel like millions of people do every day because you guys want to save a brand, man, you guys, that shit makes money without even itself. Like Disney has made so much remake of movies, and they have their own damn network. Once you have your own damn network, you're a billionaire. No matter what, you're a billionaire. No matter that. And you already own other damn companies also too. So your money residual is higher and higher every single day. So
right, but they don't even want to lose a part of that.
They don't even want to lose part, but they just want to prove points. That's the thing about it's all about this whole power thing. When you have that type of it's not even about him getting fired. It's the simple fact that we can do it, and people will agree with us and tell that was the right thing to do. That's all they just want cheerleaders behind them be like, yeah, we fired Paul Pierce and whatnot because he wanted some ass and cheeks in his face. I'm like, okay, too. But y'all don't talk about all that nasty shit that be going on in Disney and all the other stuff and what be going on. Y'all behind that shit under the rug, like it's dirt and everything. Just sweeping it up, be like, all right, cool. We'll just move on with everything, So it was just proving the point. But before we go out, Paul, from another brother, man, can you please throw the phone in the toilet? You could have thrown it out the window. You know what I'm saying? This is the homie helping you out right now, man. You could have done something that you could even hand one of the phones to the strippers and be like, you know what? How you do this and whatnot. I accidentally you could have played it dumb. You did nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you would have gave us something, I feel like a lot of people would have had your back, but your ass just went like, you know what? Let me just get cheeks in my face and we can just make it happen. But we just ended on that because every time I keep talking about this, Paul just keep digging. I feel like Paul just needs to just dig his grave and just stick himself in there, bury himself alive. Because I'm there. Because if I keep going, I'm going to be joining on Paul Pierce for the rest of the night.
But look,
I ain't playing.
The thing is, he should have had his phone off. It's really that simple. It's like, nigga, you should have had your phone off. If you want to exercise your whole grown man and, do your thing and, you want to hang around some cheeks or whatever, nobody's going to fault you for that. But come on, dude. You gotta have that phone off. You can't go live with that type of shit.
That's all we say, man. I don't care.
And this goes to whether black celebrity, black athlete, whoever. Once you are in the spotlight, the fact of the matter is, going live and showing off and do your thing, as they say, behind closed doors. Everybody's a consenting adult. Of course, do it behind closed doors, do it behind closed cameras. Just shut the phone off. Don't have the live on. It's really that simple.
Matter of fact, Paul, what you should have done is just left your phone in the car or just throw that. You should just be like, you know what? I lost my phone and whatnot. And we can't do a live right now. Because I feel like those strippers probably just told them like, hey, why don't you just do a live because you Paul Pierce and whatnot. See, hopefully they didn't gas him up, but damn, man.
And another thing I just thought about is, okay, so he could have had his live off. He could have just not went live, but he could also have had those strippers, basically anybody who was in the room, to not go live. Because the thing is, even if he didn't go live, somebody else could have. So with an environment like that, that's unregulated, you got to make sure everybody turn your damn phone off. You know, don't go live. You know, straight up.
Matter of fact,
like nobody goes live.
Hey, check your phone at the door, player.
Right. Yeah. Check your phone at the door.
Matter of fact, you should have that basket.
Phone off.
Yeah, you should have the basket and be like, "Yo, put your phone in here. You ain't getting You know what I'm saying? We won't treat you like children and whatnot when we be having adult fun and whatnot." That's what he's seeing. You know what, Paul? This is what you probably need. Paul, you need to go hire yourself a designated side dude and whatnot. That's what you need to do and whatnot.
Not a designated side dude. Oh my God.
The reason why
you mean like a right hand man? You mean?
No. The reason why is, you know, if Paul needs to, when Paul about to do stupid shit, you know, he got someone that can fill him in and be like, nigga, let me get your phone. You go sit down over there. I'm gonna take care of this. You sit in the corner until you can get your act right. Because because he can't do it. Like, I'm sorry. Because going on live, 2 strippers and whatnot, and you smoking weed, like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, we're not even in high school anymore. Like, come on. Like, really? Like Paul Pierce is like what? And he like in his 40s now? Like early 40s now? Like literally?
Good question. Not exactly sure. So I think so though.
Yeah, last time I checked, he's definitely in his 40s.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about, you know, I mean, I've heard people say this, Young Pharaoh says it a lot also too, but you know, your age don't bring you wisdom, you know?
43. Just putting that out there.
So he's in his early
40s.
Early 40s. So, you know, age don't bring you wisdom, you know? It takes time to grow wisdom. See, that wasn't a wise decision. And because of that, he still acts like a damn child in a 43-year-old body. And that's what it is. But like I said, Paul, no one's not stopping you from having fun with cheese. You just need to make sure that you don't do nothing stupid. And guess what? You done something stupid. You know? Just, man, I don't know. Where was Kevin Garnett to just give him that phone call and be like, hey, yo, man, don't go live or don't do nothing stupid? You know? So like, and some people just don't feel like they need to go do that. But like, sometimes I feel like when your homies does something stupid and you know they're going to do something stupid, just give them a call and just be like, yo, man, don't do nothing stupid tonight. Please don't. You know? Because somebody could have said Paul, but, you know, I don't want to call him Donkey today. I don't want to say, come on, man. I might say, damn, Paul, like, why? Damn, man. You fucking it up for everybody. Don't more dry snitching. We done, man. Like, Paul, you need to go reevaluate your life after this. That's what you need to do, Paul. I would say go find Jesus, but that'll be the wrong thing to say.